John Harbaugh previewed the Ravens' upcoming matchup against Tampa. He was asked specifically about matching up against Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and the play of Baker Mayfield. I'm going to show you the clip and play it for you in just a second so you can see for yourself. But before I do, welcome to Flock Talk, your home for all things Baltimore Ravens football. If you're a Ravens fan and you're new to this channel, take a second, like the video, subscribe. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Hopefully by the end of the season, that's the goal. I appreciate all of you that have been supporting the channel recently. If you could hit that subscribe button if you're new, I would genuinely appreciate it. But enough of that. John Harbaugh was previewing the Ravens' upcoming matchup against Tampa, and this is what he had to say about Chris Godwin and Mike Evans.
Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, these guys are playing at a high level. What kind of matchup problems do these guys create?
Oh, tremendous matchup problems. You know, they've got two of the best, and they put those guys in spots. You know, usually 14's in the slot, usually 13's out there at X. You single him up, he's a problem, and then you got 14 in the slot. If you single him up, he's a problem. And they're both catch and run players. They're both contested catch players. Tight ends are playing well, blocking well, making the catches they need to make. Three backs playing well. They got a young guy, from Syracuse, from right over here, Calvert Hawk. You know, he had a bunch of yards and played great. So it's a very deep offense.
Obviously, two of the best receivers in the league, in my opinion. We've seen the Ravens struggle. Their pass defense, that has been no secret this season. We saw them specifically against Cincinnati, I think, was their worst performance against Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Joe Burrow, who's obviously very capable of putting the ball anywhere on the field. This is going to be almost a measuring stick game, in my opinion, because you have two really great receivers, similar to that Cincinnati team. You know, obviously different players, but I'm going to be interested to see how they handle these two as opposed to what they did in that game, I guess, if that makes sense. We saw very common in that Cincinnati game, D quick up and then back toward the sideline from Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and it just chewed the Ravens secondary to pieces all game long. And we saw slants until finally they stopped giving them free releases, it seemed, and Marlon Humphrey was able to get one. So I would be curious if they change anything in their approach. Maybe they don't give them as much a cushion off the line of scrimmage. Maybe they press them more. I'll be curious how they handle that. Obviously, Mike Evans has a big dude. He can catch anything on the field. Chris Godwin, also which is their leading receiver, is a very capable guy. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Ravens defense schemes up stopping those guys. Harbaugh was also asked about Baker Mayfield, and this is what he had to say.
Have you seen Baker evolve? You saw him from year one as a rookie to now. How has the game changed?
You know, I don't know that it's really changed. I think he's still playing like he plays. He's playing Baker ball, you know, at a very high level. You know, and I think they've done a very good job of building the offense around what he does well with his two-star receivers. You know, offensive line's playing well too. So all those things have kind of come together for him, it seems, at this point.
So Baker Mayfield, even though he may not be talked about among one of the top quarterbacks in the league, I still believe he's very capable and talented in his own right. Cleveland pushed him out, and I feel like he did him a little dirty. I know he didn't play the best his last season in Cleveland, but look how that worked out for the Browns. They got old Deshaun, and now you're just absolutely awful. So they pushed him out there, and Baker, you know, props to him for being able to kind of revitalize his career in Tampa and not, you know, crumble. We're seeing similar things with Sam Darnold, but that's a whole nother story there. So props to Baker for going to Tampa and playing as well as he has, earning a big contract there. And so it's going to be very interesting to see him, a guy who knows the Ravens well, has played in the AFC North for several seasons, and those two star receivers, like John Harbaugh pointed out, and how the Ravens defense is going to match up. To me, that is going to make or break the Ravens in this game. Can they finally figure out this pass defense? All right, that's going to be the question. If they can hold Tampa to under, I think, 24 points, the Ravens are going to win this game. But that's a tough ask because I think this offense is very capable. They put up almost 30 a game. I think 24 is the number for the Ravens. If they can hold them to 24 or less, I believe they win this game. If anything above, it's fair game. Lamar and this offense are going to have to bring their A game if the defense, especially if the defense cannot tighten things down in the back end of their defense. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do the Ravens need to do to slow down this passing attack from the Bucs? I know they don't rank the top of the league, but just taking into consideration the struggles the Ravens have had stopping the pass this season, what do they need to do, in your opinion, to get out of Tampa with a win? As always, appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next video. Go Ravens!